Has this ever happened to you? You're out shopping and then the cashier says, "Merry Christmas." And then you say, "Okay, thank you. Have a great day." And then the cashier gets really angry and starts attacking you, starts punching you and hitting you and telling you, "Why aren't you accepting Christmas, you dirty Muslim?" Does that ever happen to you? Hasn't happened to me. In fact, I've never heard of such a thing. Yet we're getting all of this pressure from some Muslims that we have to return the greetings and say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, Happy Diwali. All of these kinds of greetings for non-Muslim religious festivals and holidays. Where is this pressure coming from? Why suddenly is there all of this need that Muslims have to return these greetings? Don't people know that this is completely impermissible and that there's consensus on the issue? No scholar historically has ever said it was permissible for Muslims to congratulate non-Muslims on their holidays and their festivities. You know what's really ironic? When you have Muslims who say that, why are you saying salawat after mentioning the Prophet ﷺ? Every time you mention the Prophet ﷺ, you are sending salawat. This is just mindless, rote repetition. We don't need to engage in these empty rituals. You have those kinds of Muslims who will say that and then will turn around and say, well, what's the problem with saying Merry Christmas? What's the problem with saying Happy Hanukkah? We're just sharing festive holiday greetings. Okay, don't you see the inconsistency there? You're the ones who are mindless, brainwashed. You're just following the cultural convention. You're just following what is culturally considered appropriate. You want to fit in. This is assimilation at its ugliest. You are violating clear principles of Islam for the purpose of fitting into the wider monoculture. This is exactly the project of prioritizing a kind of cultural Muslim identity over an actual Islamic commitment to obey the commands of Allah. Why do we see some of these Muslim leaders also engaging in what is haram and greeting and congratulating non-Muslims on their religious holidays? Recently, there was Linda Sarsour who said Happy Hanukkah, and she called non-Muslims the light. You are the light. What's the status of this kind of statement? It's completely haram. And depending on your interpretation, it might even be considered kufr. If you're saying blessed Hanukkah, there is no blessing in kufr. It doesn't matter what is the religion other than Islam. This is kufr statement. But that's easy. Like anyone who has studied basic Islam knows this. What's interesting is that this person is being propped up as a leader for the Muslim community. Every other conference has her as the keynote. Why? Because she is promoting cultural Muslim identity over a commitment to Orthodox Islam. She's the perfect role model for that. So you can see why she would be put in this kind of position of prominence, despite her frequent violation of Islamic principles. The other flimsy excuse that people have is that, oh, well, I need to congratulate my neighbors and say Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, because that's what being a good neighbor means. And in Islam, we have to be good neighbors. Okay, fine, I agree. It's important to be neighborly. But when was the last time you shared some food with your neighbors? When was the last time you went to your neighbors to see if they needed help carrying something or doing something? When was the last time you made a neighborly gesture like that? No, you aren't doing those kinds of things. Why? Because that's not common in the culture. In the West, many neighbors don't even know each other. You could be living next to a person for 50 years and you won't even know the guy's name. But this is what is contrary to Islam, yet it is dominant within the Western modern culture. So first of all, tell me when you've done those kinds of things that are encouraged in Islam, are a part of the Sunnah. Instead, you want to jump to what is haram and what is impermissible. Yes, be kind to your neighbor. Yes, be neighborly as a Muslim, but do it in a halal way. Look, just admit it. This is not about wanting to be a good neighbor. You just want to fit in. You don't want to feel uncomfortable in what could potentially be an awkward situation. But it's very easy. Look, someone says Merry Christmas. All you have to say is thank you, have a great day. Thank you, have a great weekend. It's not that hard. I've done it hundreds of times, and every single time, no one has a problem with it. This fantasy world where non-Muslims get belligerent because you don't return their holiday greeting, newsflash, it doesn't exist. Bottom line, stop putting culture above Islam. Assalamu alaikum, guys. If you enjoyed this video and you appreciate this kind of thinking about Islam and modernity, then I highly encourage you to enroll at Al-Asna Institute. We have courses that will teach you how to think about these issues and how to critique modernity and these ideologies in order for you to strengthen your faith in Islam and fight the kinds of doubts that paralyze Muslims in the modern world. Enroll today.